Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining me, Idee. And this is Indrani, but we call her Idee. Um, she went through the program, and I'm going to let her tell about herself. Went through the program. You started before COVID, right?
Just around that time, right in the middle of it.
Yeah. And you live all the way in India, so this can be done from anywhere. And at some point you moved, right? Didn't you move? You went through a
Yes.
lot. Yeah. So I would love to hear, have you tell people your journey from the beginning to where you are now, because you have a lot of exciting stuff. But let's start with what drew you to want to do animal communication?
Well, I remember the date. It was 4th of April, the year 2010. And um, I had just come out of a silent retreat. The cats were back home. And the thing about silent retreats is I've done a few of them. In the beginning, I don't want to go into silence. In the end, I don't want to come out of silence. So I
Right.
was in that zone. I just did not want to come out of silence. But I was missing the cats. And I had to call a cab to get back to them. So I take out my phone, I turn it on, and there were 18 missed calls and one SMS. And this was before the age of smartphones. At least I did not have one back then.
Mhm.
um, the SMS basically say that one of my cats had gone missing. And I, my first reaction was this must be a practical joke. This cannot be happening. But unfortunately, it wasn't. I don't remember how I got back home. There's a bit of a blur there, like I don't know what happened. I do remember the days that followed. I would be out in the middle of the night with a food bowl, calling her name, and then I got chased by the street dogs. I would put out flyers saying that if you see this cat, call me. And I got all kinds of weird calls, like, you show up with money at this time, in the middle of the night. Otherwise, you will never get your cat back. And all kinds of stuff happened. And in the middle of all that, someone said, why don't you reach out to an animal communicator? And up until that point, I had never heard of animal communication.
Mhm.
And if someone had told me that, something like this was possible, I would have said, no, you are just, you know, it's not possible. But that was a very, very desperate moment for me. And I would do anything to get her back. So I did contact someone, and she was in the US and I was in India. And she was giving me directions, and they were so precise. It was like half a mile to the south from where she left. There is this arch. After the arch, there is a garden, and everything matched. Everything. She did this for about a week or so, and every time I went there, all the directions that she was giving, perfect match. It's just that the cat was not there. I saw signs that she had been there, but I never really found her. Um, but I was curious about how all of this worked, and I got interested. That's how I got into animal communication and energy healing. That was like a wake up call for me. So that cat's name, as you know, was Artemis. So, and when I was out searching for her, I had this thing in my mind that someday I'm going to do something in her name. So
Mm.
that's how I came here. So today my practice, as you know, it's called Artemis Animal Healing.
It's amazing because what you shared is what I've been on. I don't do lost animals anymore, but I've been on the end of that where it's like I've led someone somewhere and I've described exactly where it was and we never found the animal. Although there's one that I was on for 6 months and it we did might have even been a year. And I even remember the last day I was like, when the woman called, I was like, oh, I feel so terrible. I can't pick up the phone. And then I answered, and that was the day we got the cat. That was in 2004. 2005. Yeah, a million years ago. But it is the lost animal thing. Well, truly, a lost animal led you to animal communication. That's amazing. And what, uh, as tragic as it is, what an amazing legacy she's leaving, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you work with lost animals yourself?
I do not. I mean, I have been involved in cases, but it's not something I do professionally. You know, the way I've studied with you, you have to do this 65 case studies, 65 into 3 case studies, and your confidence builds up with that. Somehow with lost animals, I would like to do those 65 case studies before I do something professionally. So I have been involved in cases like with another animal communicator from the school, you know them. So I partnered with them and then we compare notes and I've done stuff like that, but not as professional service. Oh, and I use the go home technique a lot with my clients. I have a client whose cat keeps on wandering, and every time the cat goes wandering, she will call and say, I cannot find the cat. And I will look at the photo and say, go home. And he shows up.
Go home. Yeah. Go home. That's awesome. Um, well, certainly you've done a lot, we can move from that topic on to what, and you started out more in energy. You wanted to
Yeah.
learn energy healing.
Yeah.
What do you think, stopped you from jumping into animal communication?
That's a story. That's another story. So I joined Animal Communication Level 1. That was great. Then I joined Animal Communication Level 2. The first or the second day of the class, I'm sitting there, and in Animal Communication 2, you have students from all levels in the same class. So I'm sitting there, and there's someone who's reading the notes in the share, and this person is saying that the right side of the chest, the third rib cage, there is a white colored something which is creating a sense of pressure. And I look at my notes, all I have is there's something going on in the chest. So when I see everyone sharing and I look at my notes, my point is I'm not going to get there. And from there, I jumped to the point where I said, I don't even want to get there. I'm out of here. So yeah, so that did happen. But then I was in energy healing class, so I would do the EFT sessions, and when I had to do EFT, it also involves animal communication. And because I was in energy healing, I also had to do this the case studies. And one day I had this case where someone reached out and said that the cat is going to be put to sleep because she has not been eating for days. So if you can maybe try something, do some energy work, like the last hope. So so I started with animal communication. And when I did the communication, I did the scan, and I also I got a sense of these black spots in the lower abdominal region. And to me, and this is just my interpretation, whenever I see black spots, it means there is an infection, or maybe, they've not done deworming, stuff like that. So I am seeing black spots. When I do the energy work, doesn't feel like, an end of life situation. So I ask them, why do you think it is, you have to put her to sleep? And they say, this is what the doctors say, that there is nothing else to be done. The test results are all normal. So I say,
Hmm.
before you take that decision, just get a second opinion. After that, you can take that decision. So they go take a second opinion from another doctor, and they repeat the test. And this time they say, yes, there is an infection in the kidneys and it is treatable. And that was that. And I said, okay, so there is something to it. I have to go back and finish my animal communication.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That
And
is a
then, yeah, then
great
I wrote
story.
back and said, I'm back in. I want to do all of it. So animal communication, everything.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did. And as a side note, I got to meet Idee in India when I was there visiting, and might not happen till 2028, but I'm going to come back. So
Ah,
I will see you then again. Um,
2028. Okay.
yeah, 2020, yeah, 2027 is already getting full. I can't, uh, it's full.
No,
Anyway,
it's good for me. It gives me some time to plan. And yeah,
yeah, I want to go up to the snow leopards.
yeah, I would like to join you on that one.
Okay, well then there you go. We'll stop by and scoop you up and off we go.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
Yeah.
Julie. Anyway, so w- so you went through the school, and one of the things that I know is part of people's journey, and it seems to be a theme in these, and it's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is this series with the students and the teachers and the graduates, is you've gone through a process of doubt. You might even still doubt, but uh how did you get over that in the beginning? I mean, part of it, you told a little bit about how you didn't trust what you got, or that it didn't seem like enough, and then suddenly you had evidence. What are some other ways, or was it just continued evidence that helped you build trust?
The first thing was just the way the program is structured. I mean, no matter what, you have your ups, you have your downs. Some days you have just one word in, and some days you get a lot. But the thing that kept me going was just showing up and being with everyone in that class and listening to the feedback. I don't know if the word is feedback or something else,
Mm-hmm.
but when you get do a reading, then someone tells you that, this is what is actually happening. And that is how I can correlate that, when I see a black spot, it means an infection. When I see something else, and this is what it means. So you start building your like an internal dictionary. I think that's the word you use, right?
Yeah, lexicon. Yeah, you create
Lexicon,
your
yeah.
own, yeah,
Yeah.
lexicon on what it is that, like, if I see this, it means some sort of system thing. If I see this, yeah, that's very good. And it's
Yeah.
important to recognize, start to put those pieces together for yourself so that it's not, completely like you're pulling something out and trying to figure it out, that you start
Yeah.
systemizing it.
Yeah. And the other thing is the amount of practice you get just by being in the program. I think what Claudia did the calculation once. I think she calculated 250. So you end up working with 250 animals just by being in the course. I mean, that kind of experience, it adds up. It's just, it's enormous. And I don't think, I would have been where I am today if I had not had that amount of practice. I don't even think I would have called myself an animal communicator if I
Mhm.
had not done the course. Yeah.
Yeah, when I first put it together, I thought, what if I could get picked up by a college, what would they need? And they would need X amount of lab work, which is the classroom, X amount of homework, and then, you know, yeah, so even just the classroom hours, it's an enormous, it's like, yeah, it's an enormous amount of animals. It's like
Yeah.
60.
The classroom, then you have the homework and the homework partners. That's another thing. The homework partners I've had have been amazing, all of them. The feedback, the discussion, the conversations, everything. It's like, I could take the example of Mumbai trains, but you've never been on a Mumbai train.
No, but
But
I
it's
can
more
imagine.
like a tide. If you're just standing there, then you will get pulled in no matter what. It's a doubt, mind, everything. It pulls you in. Everyone becomes an animal communicator.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. And you've created friendships out of those homework
Yeah,
partners. Yeah,
yeah,
lifelong friends.
yeah.
But I think I'm the only one you've met. Mhm.
I met two others, but yeah,
In
along with you,
person?
the same
Oh,
trip.
right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. And would you ever Will you ever come to the US and visit us?
I would love to. I would so very much love to do that. It's on my list.
Okay, good. Not in 2028 because I'll be there. Um,
Not in 2028.
what do you think? Well, I would love to hear what you're doing now because I feel like you are flying with it. What are you doing as an overall and then what's a day like for you?
Oh, life has been busy.
Hmm.
So, I remember after I started, I had this conversation with you that, things are picking up, but this seems like, things are going slow. And then I don't know what happened. It's just, there's a lot of work right now. My day, as you know, I wake up early, so I start early in the morning and then I have clients and
You start crazy early. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm a morning person.
Yeah.
And then I have clients coming in. I mean, most of them are remote. So, and I get clients from all over the world. So as long as you speak English, you're in. So
Hmm.
I, so my day starts early in the morning, then I take a break, and then again, there are clients. Most of the cases I get are physical stuff going on. So I have a few cases with diabetes going on. Kidney is another thing. Timothy also has a kidney problem. So I work with that a lot. Kidneys, diabetes, immune problems, stuff like that. So again, I'm not a doctor and I do energy work. I don't get into the medical stuff, but Scalar is such an awesome tool that it really doesn't matter what is going on. It covers everything.
It
Oh, and
covers
I
everything.
also have some new adoption cases. The new adoption cases, they bond so nicely with Scalar. And I never realized that Scalar had this capability. Somehow it helps the bonding.
I've got a new kitty, so it's funny, I worked on Henry this morning, but I think I worked on her every single day before she came, and now I need to thank you for the reminder. I've got my work cut out for me. So you're working a lot. You're working as much as you want to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're not doing another day job?
No, I don't. I don't have a day job. I gave up my day job back in 2022, 2021, something like that. Yeah. Just before the graduation. Yeah.
And then this just took off for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And are you having fun?
It is so much fun when you see the cats and the dogs and you see how they respond. Then at night when I go to bed, I say, okay, at least someone has a better life because of some little thing that I did. Yeah. And I look at my cats. Look at Timothy. I mean, the doctor said he would not have 2 weeks when he was diagnosed with kidney disease. It's what, 2 years now.
That's amazing. Yeah,
So yeah,
that's amazing.
when he doesn't eat, he gets fussy about food. I just run scalar.
Yeah, it's a great thing, especially I don't know why scalar and kidney disease is so powerful, but it
Yeah,
seems
it
to be
is.
the thing. Well, thank you so much. I'm so impressed with what you've done with all of it, and um, we'll have to do this again.
I would love to. And I would love to welcome you here in 2028.
Yes, you'll see me then.
All right. Thank you, Joan.
Thank you.